Do you ever feel like you're missing out on something?
Free at last! Hello, my friends. Welcome to Big Brother's Little Brothers 528. Hope you're very well. It's a little show with the bigger picture, or Malashanka a la doshi ubra, as they say in Poland. In just a couple of minutes' time, Big Brother's going to be revealing nomination results to the House Live, and we're going to be there. But never mind that for now. Shane Lynch is with us.
How you doing, boss?
And his boys golf buggy with him. Thank you very much. Jenny Trent Hughes is with us as well. For the first time in this series. Mwah. How are you? Very well. And of course, Sam's taking your calls. Oh, there, Sam. Woo-hoo. OK, yesterday the housemates nominated for the 4th time. We are now going to cross live to the House and, I might add, exclusively reveal who is up for eviction. Let's take a look.
It was right there.
I'm going to throw it if it hits somebody, it's not my fault.
It's actually neither.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that Dominion.
This is
Sorry.
Big Brother. The housemates nominated for eviction this week are...
In alphabetical order.
In alphabetical order. Derek
And
Roberto.
That's it.
You're my aphrodisiac, you're the only one.
It's the worst song in the world.
it is when these lot sing it anyway. You're killing Brandy's, one of Brandy's hits. You lot are smashing it to bits, man.
Yeah, I think so.
And... Is there no more and?
No.
Oh, well. Well, what we're supposed to do now?
Why do they lock the doors like that?
Because they like to see everybody's expression afterwards.
What can I sing? What do
Don't
you
see
like?
that. I'd rather you go through your books
Yeah.
and sing
Should
that
I
crap song.
tell you a joke? Should I tell you a
Yeah,
joke?
tell me a joke.
Well, how do you put a giraffe in the fridge?
Open the fridge and put the giraffe inside.
Shut the fridge! And then how do you put an elephant in the fridge?
Oh, what?
You take the giraffe out, put the
Yeah,
elephant in, shut the fridge.
yeah.
Pass me that pillow,
The king
please.
of the jungle called for a meeting.
Pass me the pillow,
wasn't
in
it?
front of you.
I want it there.
Who wasn't there?
It's the two golden oldies up for eviction.
Yeah, guys, we're
Yeah.
too old for the game.
Yeah, well, get
Obviously.
out. One of you better get out then. If you're too
Not
old for it.
popular.
Nobody wants to listen to my joke.
Well, we better get
Again.
out. We
Yeah,
got no choice, haven't we? At one point, you know.
Yeah, standard.
watch
It
it.
happens to all
It's
of
the
us.
name of the game.
Yeah, we're all
If
going.
you don't shut up McCausey, yeah, this is going to be next.
Aye.
So be quiet.
It's the...
Don't tell them jokes.
I guess.
Curious. So, absolutely no reaction whatsoever. Derek and Roberto face the public vote this week, but who goes, you decide. The lines are open starting from... now. These numbers to call. Joining me to digest the nominations is old friend of the show, Jenny Trent Hughes, and new friend of the show, Sam. I thought that was quite a strange nominations reveal, to be honest with you. There wasn't much of a reaction. What are your thoughts?
Well, on one hand, I'm glad, because the sooner Roberto gets out is the sooner he can come round to mine for dinner.
Lovely.
So
We're getting a lot of that.
Yeah, we're getting, yes, but I'm first.
OK.
And Derek looks incredibly angry.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
he
yeah.
keeps saying, and I know this is a Big Brother classic, but with Derek, I actually believe it. He keeps saying, I want to go now. I've had my experience, I've had my fun, and I do miss my home and I miss my solitude.
That's still not the point. Nobody wants to be voted out. However much you don't want to be in there, nobody wants to feel that the public doesn't love them.
Yeah, OK. And in terms of the reactions of the housemates, no one really said anything. Are you surprised by that, Sam?
I'm not surprised at all, no. Everyone was talking about how they wanted, like, you know, how they didn't like Derek and Roberto. But it's awful to have to carry on, like, once you're up, I think, because I thought, how am I going to deal with this if I was to stay in?
And how did you deal with it? In terms of, I mean, did you zone it out?
Sorry, did I?
Well, after you,
Yeah.
those kind of days between when you realise you've been nominated and you actually get evicted, what goes through your head in those days?
Just confirmed, really, like, how I wanted out, really.
Yeah,
and
but how do you live? Because you must be thinking, who did vote for me? That must be
Yeah.
just on your mind all the time.
I knew straight away. It was very blatant,
Really?
I felt.
And in terms of how the other housemates react to them now, do you think they'll be able to tell, Jenny?
I don't know. I mean, the thing that I always wondered is, once you're nominated, do you want to just go around slapping everybody and just saying what you've always thought?
I would.
You know, what you've always
you
thought
do.
about them. Then, like, how do you control yourself from doing that?
Yeah, yeah. And who do you think will go on Friday?
I think probably Derek.
Why?
Because I think that a lot of people, a lot of the public, are getting a little bit upset by what they consider his rather authoritarian attitude. And also, there are a lot of people voting to keep Roberto in just because as it gets hotter, he wears less clothes.
Yes, indeed.
And I'm sorry, the men had Sam to look at. We want Roberto to look at.
What about you? Who do you think is going to go?
I think Roberto will go.
Really?
Because he gets on a lot of people's wits. And, yeah.
It's going to be Roberto for you.
think,
OK. Thanks a lot more from Jenny and Sam later on. Now, while the housemates await Friday's eviction, Maxwell alone continues with the job in hand. With that in mind, today's call, BBLB, is quite simply, how do you think this week's task will affect the dynamic of the group? Give us a call. OK, joining us now is someone who's no stranger to sharing the spotlight with a load of performers. We love him for a reason. It's Shane Lynch, everyone. Nice to see you, Shane. How you doing?
Good, sir.
Thanks a lot for coming to speak to us today. So, this is pretty much the first year you've got into Big Brother, isn't it?
Well, you know what? It's the first year I've really got locked into it. In terms of, I think the characters are fantastic.
What do you like them, or are you just intrigued?
I just think the mix. I think the mix of people, and it's, you know, they've all got so much qualities to it, each individual character, is why I'm interested in everybody at the moment. Everybody.
But they're so proud, these people. That's why, you know, the thing that resonates with me is you just see them, and, you know, they can't let anything lie. They never walk away from an argument at all, do they? What about this week's nominations? What do you think? Derek and Roberto, are you surprised by that?
No, I'm not surprised whatsoever, to be honest. I think, personally, Roberto is the one who has to go for me.
Why?
Boring. Derek's fantastic. You know what I mean? When he gets excited, he's overexcited. When he gets angry, he's over-angry.
Yes.
You know, it's brilliant TV.
He's like a cartoon character.
Absolutely.
Who would you have nominated this week? Would it have been Roberto yourself? Or
Me personally would have been either Craig or Science.
Why those two?
Science, he hasn't got very good social skills. He's a bit too loud for me. He's a survivor, though. In all fairness to him, he is a survivor. Craig. Too much nag, and more nag.
Craig's an interesting one. We're going to do a piece on Craig quite soon because he's intriguing me.
Right.
Yeah, you almost don't want to like Craig sometimes, but he keeps coming back, and he's the bitch it's okay to like. What about your favourite housemate?
Favourite housemate at the moment is Kamal.
Why so?
He's brilliant. He's absolutely genius. I think when he first came in, I really thought I was going to hate him. He was going to be too much for me. But he came to a certain level of madness where you can enjoy the madness, and then he's just backed off where it's nice and comfortable, and you kind of want to see him get fired up in his quirky comments, you know?
Sure. He's a very smart guy as well.
Very intelligent.
OK, your favourite moment so far is when Kamal stuck the toilet brush in Roberto's box. Yeah. Let's relive that wonderful moment again.
No.
I was going to apologise.
You don't like what's coming next.
Amen and hallelujah. Praise the Lord that Roberto is finally up for nomination. That is a crushed man you can see right now. He's crumbled. He's finished. Bye-bye, Roberto. Adios. Whatever it is in buongiorno, whatever.
Did you see him in the Love Loft with Roberto, though?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that was amazing.
Really?
Yeah, incredible stuff. OK, now, Makosi's your favourite to win?
I think she's my favourite to win because mainly she has obviously her sweet character side of things where she knows how to play people in the house. She's obviously her excitement, as in when she gets naked and that kind of stuff. She's got a bit of wildness, and she's a lot of drama as well. And she's a very good housemate as in a player.
Yeah, definitely. Let's take a look at her in action.
I can say jump and people will ask how high. He said a lot of nasty things about Makosi, and he's come to kiss Makosi. He's come to hug Makosi. He's come to do all sorts to Makosi. What will we do? All stripping. Run around the garden.
The majority of the viewers are female and they want all the girls out. That's frightening. To say they're going to get rid of all the girls, all the nice girls. And they've just gotten rid of Sam, and I'm sad.
She's a tricky one, isn't she? She's a great housemate. Do you like her?
I do. Up until last night when I seen her there now, I thought some of it was quite genuine until she overacted with the whole getting sick thing and all that. So I'm starting to wonder about her.
She's incredible, isn't she?
Yeah.
And you can never work out Makosi. And lastly, is there anyone you've taken a shine to in the house, lady-wise? You've got a great eye for ladies.
Yeah,
You're a lovely man, we know that, but you know.
There's some pretty girls in there. I think Makosi's probably the nicest girl in the house for now, anyway.
Lovely,
sure,
okay.
Yeah.
For now, thank you very much, mate.
Thank you, sir.
Certainly appreciate it. Okay, after the break, sorry, I didn't touch you inappropriately there, right? After the break, Jenny Trent Hughes is going to be getting to the bottom of tactics and strategies emerging in the house and find out what you could win if you go far enough for Big Brother. Not in that way. We'll see you in 3. They're applauding because I can open the door with my mouth. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Big Brother's Little Brother. Hope you're very well. It's day 26, 5:43, I believe. Coming up, we let Jenny Trent Hughes. There she is. We let her loose on this year's housemates. Oh, she's angry. She's not that angry, actually, but I'm sure we can get her angry. You have your say as well in Cool BBLB. But first, how would you like to win? Oh, the ultimate Big Brother weekender. You saw him a couple of weeks ago, Mr. Wells. He went on one. Going to give you VIP tickets for finale. You're going to get into the house as our guest on the BBLB reunion show. You're going to get to meet the mental housemates. What we want to know at BBLB is how far you will go for Big Brother. It's simple. We want you to download housemates masks from the BBLB website. Use those masks in the most original way you know how. It could be a face, it could be a place. For example, are you going to go to New York on a holiday? Maybe you could send us a picture of Derek from the top of the Empire State Building. La-di-da. Perhaps you're going to a wedding this weekend. You could get a picture of the bride wearing a science mask in the church. Oh, I do. As an example, Anthony Cotton and Jenny McAlpine, bless them, otherwise known as Sean Tully and Fizz Brown from Coronation Street, at the T4 on the beach this weekend, dressed up as Derek and Makosi. Bless them. Remember, in Craig, as he would say, right, it's not how far you travel geographically, it's how far you journey in your mind. You've got to provide us with photographic evidence from your entry, with one photo and at least one housemate's mask must feature. You're going to be choosing best entries, boy, to go for your next stage of competition. I wouldn't do it. I think it's the saddles, but here's how you enter. It has been commented that I do Norfolk Camp very, very well. This week's task has been one of Big Brother's most ambitious, yet so much could go wrong. As you can see here, we have a kind of a diagram, a model, as it were, rather, of the house. Obviously, you know how the house looks, but look, in here, room 101, room 105. What is the fuss all about? Well, while all was quiet in the house, I grabbed the task producer to give me a little look behind the scenes. Take a look.
OK, we have to be really, really quiet now, Carl, because we're next door, I believe, to the diary room. Is that true? Yes. OK, so here we are. It's totally mad being here, actually, because you've seen Maxwell walk down here and go in here. This is room 101. OK, let's go in. Show me. Just over here, we've got the...
Day 1 was, of course, the maggots. Yeah, that little red one.
Oh, I wouldn't expect the gate. I just literally got that right on my nostril.
To ensure that Maxwell doesn't hear any of the other housemates while they're partying in the house, we play Maxwell motivational music.
Genius.
So that's hits like I Should Be So Lucky, Kylie, The Cheeky Girls, all your favourites.
You know it. What I didn't know was all these here just aren't rooms at all, are they? These are literally just cut into the wall.
Some of these rooms are real, but some of them aren't. This side, all the rooms are fake, so these are just fake doors.
OK, and this is room 105, where the rest of the housemates have to go to not dirty themselves up, as it were.
Have you rubbed it in your hands?
Carl, great work. Thanks a lot. No worries. Thank you. Let's get out of here.
OK, tactics and game plans are more crucial than ever this week. After just 2 weeks of basic food rations, the housemates are playing for more than just survival. Here to talk about this week's task and how the housemates are coping is Jenny Trent Hughes. Worship that you. God, what a rock. Nice to see you, Jenny. OK, first up, we're going to talk about the task, but let's get us up to speed with the task.
With the first worker, choose a locker to collect their hat and badge and clock in.
Who wants to be number 1 then?
I want to be number 1.
Each worker will work alone, sorting maggots.
Worker number 1, you must go to room 101 now. Would one worker start their shift?
I'll do it.
Thank you, Maxwell.
Thanks, Maxwell.
Only one worker will be required to complete a shift each day in the workhouse. The remaining housemates will be treated to party food and drinks whilst worker number 1 completes their shift.
Oh,
Look. Oh, look at him, he looks so sweet.
This is a horrible task.
I think it's a brilliant task because if I remember correctly from when I was in school and had to do a book report on 1984, Room 101 is a room that you get stuck in where you have to face up to your ultimate fear. So another twisted concept from George Orwell, the man who brought us Big Brother in the first place.
Yeah.
The original Big Daddy.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
it's absolutely brilliant.
Now, I was in there for the sort of pre-titles thing, and those prawns, and it's quite hot in there, and they've started to turn. It was disgusting. How's Maxwell coping?
Well, you see, I think that Maxwell has been absolutely brilliant about this task. And frankly, I'm very annoyed with Big Brother because I think Vanessa should have been forced to do it.
Tricky, isn't it, with that one?
No, not tricky at all. The whole idea behind it is you have to face up to your fear. So why is she allowed not to go in
but
there?
tricky as in how they should punish her.
Oh, God. Well, you see, I have a theory that Vanessa has a protective shield around her because the fact that she wasn't booted out before the end of the first night is
Are
just
you not
of
a
an
big Vanessa
amazement
fan?
to me. She's just the biggest yawn I've ever seen.
Look, she's behind you. Look, dancing.
I know. I'm sure
And-
she's a very nice girl, but, you know, not for housemates for me.
Do you know what I cannot believe in my heart of hearts that she wasn't nominated this week after that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. OK, so how do you think this task will affect the dynamics in the group? Because Maxwell's handling it so well, that's the thing. And he kind of goes in there, sure, he's not particularly happy to peel prawns for 2 hours, but he doesn't really come out and bitch about it that much.
No, and I think that, you know, I think the others are going to behave themselves because they're a pretty selfish lot and they're actually interested in not living on, you know, pasta and ketchup anymore.
Sure.
So they'll do whatever they're told so that they get the luxury food budget.
OK, you spoke about Vanessa. Let's have a look at Vanessa's reaction to this whole thing.
I've just come from a room full of maggots to a bloody fun house.
Now, is it me, or should she not have done that?
Well, no, you see, it's quite funny because I've heard lots of women talk about the recuperative powers of chocolate.
Yes.
But I've never heard of chocolate healing a hurt leg. So she's been dragging this foot around for a week, and it's like, chocolate, heal myself.
It does appear
She says chocolate, and she starts running.
Chocolate has substituted Christ in terms of
Absolutely.
curing miracles. There we are.
Yeah, and then she jumps on the bouncy castle, and then when the party's over, she starts dragging the leg again, like, you know, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. What is that all about?
What's the smart play for her? What should she have done? In terms of, bearing in mind, she got out of doing the task, yeah, she has a fear of maggots or whatever, and she ran away and so forth. But when she saw the fact there was chocolate out there, and bear in mind, sweet to her Achilles heel, what do you think she should have done to try and kind of at least assimilate her into the group again?
She should have dragged her leg over to the sweetie table, loaded it up, and just sort of sat in the corner crying and licking a lollipop.
Yeah, OK.
Leave out the bouncy castle.
Do you think Maxwell suspects anything?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think that from the moment Craig came out and he said to Craig, "How many did you do?" and Craig, God bless him, went through some ridiculous. Well, I'm not sure. I did some little.
Absolutely.
He twigged, and if you notice that he asked every other person that came out, "How many did you do?" And of course, you could see it going in his mind that
Sure.
the answers were not tallying up. But some made sense and some didn't.
But the funny thing about that, had Big Brother sent Derek out next, yeah?
Yeah.
I think, because Derek seems to cover very well, yeah?
Yeah.
He sends Craig out. If you ever want to hire anyone to kill anyone, don't hire Craig. Because Craig just comes out and goes, I saw sheep in there and I had some chicken and chips. And Max was going, what?
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense.
No, he wasn't fooled for a minute.
OK. If and when Maxwell finds out, how do you think this will affect his relationship with Anthony and Saskia?
What relationship with Saskia?
Hey, come on!
But let's not go there right now. I think he will think it's hysterically funny. I think he will absolutely appreciate the humour in it,
Sure.
and I don't think he'll be annoyed at all.
No, not with those two at least.
No.
OK. Thank you very much, Jenny, everybody. OK, today's Cool BBLB is quite simply, how do you think this week's task will affect the group? Jenny's with us, as is Sam. Come on, Sam, come in. Let's go straight to the phones. haven't got long. We've got about 2 minutes to get through as many calls as we can. First up, Vicky from Croydon. Hello, Vicky.
Hello, everybody.
Go for it, Vicky.
I think that if Maxwell finds out, he's not going to be terribly happy with Saskia. I don't think he's going to know who he can trust from now on. And I think if that relationship breaks down, the dynamics in the house will change completely.
How do you think they'll change?
I'm really not too sure, but it could kick off because they're so argumentative.
Sure. OK, brilliant. Thanks a lot, Vicky. You don't think that's going to happen?
No, because you see, I watch a lot of live feed, and I've seen Maxwell up to all kinds of shenanigans.
What kind of shenanigans?
Well, there was a thing in the loft where he was stroking the inside of Makosi's thigh. There was a thing on the bed involving a little,
Why didn't you say this earlier? We've only got 30 seconds left on the show now. She's going to come back. Danielle from Reading. Danielle.
Hello.
Go for it.
Vanessa didn't even walk into the room, did she?
No.
She pushed it out straight up.
Yeah.
Anyway, bless Maxwell. I love him. He's wicked for that.
Yeah, really? Thanks, Danielle.
All right.
Was that me, or did she make no sense? Sandra in Nottingham, very briefly.
Hi, Dermot.
Hi.
Well, I think they'll pass the test.
Yeah.
And the housemates will be owing him one, so he'll come out the alpha male.
Do you think this could do Maxwell a lot of favours, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think?
And he's doing well. He's doing brilliant.
Thanks a lot, Sandra.
I think it's brilliant because I didn't like him at all before, and I have a lot more time for him now that he's done that.
OK, brilliant stuff. Thanks to all our callers today. It's pretty much all we have time for. Thanks to Jenny, Sam and to Shane. Don't miss Nominations Uncut E4 7:30. The main show's obviously on at 10 o'clock, Channel 4. We're back tomorrow. Derek's mate, Chris Eubank. See you then.